Hello everyone, welcome along to At Odds with Fletch Jr. and Shane Heel. I'm Russell Barwick. The boys are back and you're out of the bubble, Brian.
Yeah, I'm out of the bubble, back into this bubble. It was not the greatest experience of my life. I'll never do it again. Queensland hooligans everywhere.
Was it?
We got egged.
Any fresh air in
We
there?
got no fresh air.
Jeez.
And you spent the whole weekend watching sport, so
We did.
all right.
most blokes think that's pleasurable.
It was
That's
good,
all right.
but not with Nathan Hindmarsh.
Yeah.
And what about food? Did you just eat Uber Eats or
Ate
something?
terribly. Everything was beige.
What did you put on?
Every
five,
bit of-
5 kg?
No, I reckon I lost a bit. I reckon I put on 5 but lost 6 in
How?
sweat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Got to 48 degrees.
Too much information. Let's talk
No, I don't mean like that.
about
I mean
the
heat.
NRL, the AFL,
Dehydrate.
and some big news coming through our sources at the unibet.com.au with regards to basketball. Hammer will tell us about that in a second or two. Rugby league kicks off. Broncos v the Roosters. This will be a ripping game. Broncos $2.70, Roosters $1.47. Some injury worries with the likes of Latrell and also Boyd Cordner.
Yeah, Boyd
out.
Cordner's definitely out. Latrell is male that
50-50,
he's pulled up a
isn't
bit
he?
lame. So if he doesn't play, I mean, the Broncos may be a chance, but there's
Yeah.
obviously no James Roberts.
You'd never tip the Broncos against the Roosters.
No, I'm not tipping them. No way.
You love
I'm
the
not.
Broncos.
Well, the
I like the
Broncos-
Broncos at the start. The Broncos, the 3 games they've won, they've won
And
up
they
there.
fell in against the Eagles last week.
I'm with you, Jen.
Roosters are $1.75 though if Mitchell doesn't play.
Yeah, and that's a price. That's a real
Yeah.
attractive price. And
No, Roosters will
they're-
be too good.
They're probably not going to blow them away, so you could start to look at that
1
1
to
to
12,
12 as
yeah.
well.
One
which-
good sign, the halfback and the hooker up. Like
Yes.
Young Turpin and Did and
Yeah, really good for the Broncos.
First game Blues. It's about the second game, and you reckon they're going
this
to
is
get
their third game.
Well, you reckon they're going to get the freedom against
No, definitely
the
not.
Roosters
No.
that they got
Chooks
against
are going to
Manly?
win. Get on the $1.47.
1 to 12.
Raiders had their biggest test last week, and well, I won't say they failed, but they failed the first half big time. Rabbitohs have just been chugging along like the little steam engine.
Yeah, their halves are just. Adam Reynolds is. I mean, he played for New South Wales a few years back. He's in better form now.
Yeah.
His kicking game definitely. He's been the form. I think he's been the.
Well, it looks fitter too. He's always had injuries,
Yeah,
hasn't he?
and obviously the Wayne Bennett factor.
They're all
Raiders
attributing
down there.
it to
Raiders down there.
Wayne Bennett. I don't know what he puts in the water, Wayne Bennett, but he's got them all believing in themselves.
Yeah, and Damien Cook's finding really good form, so I reckon
He's
Rabbitohs can win down there.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. No, Alex Johnson.
Damien
all
Cook
right.
scored a try last week that I don't think you'd get away with in touch footy, let alone tackle
No,
footy.
yeah.
So quick off the
Yeah.
mark, isn't he?
Beach
Good
sprinter.
pace. Good pace.
$2.23 the Raiders, $1.66 the Rabbitohs, or if you're keen.
I'm taking the Raiders to
Rabbitohs
start.
13 plus at 340. Can they put a
Nah,
space-
not down there.
not
Not
down
down
there?
there.
Tight game, Rabbitohs.
One team that does put spaces on their others is the Melbourne Storm. They put 60 on Parramatta, who celebrated by signing their coach for another 2 years. Go figure. $1.25 the Storm to win outright.
Load up.
I'm loading up on 13 plus for the Storm at $2.80.
You know the Tigers are going to score points, but
Not against.
There are not many.
against- yeah.
but not many was exactly
Nah.
the words I was thinking.
The Storm have been ordinary against the lesser teams this year, though. The Bulldogs nearly beat them, so
Put
that's
60 on Parramatta,
Yeah,
so
well,
they're
they've been
lesser.
in form though.
They're lesser
Yeah.
and lesser.
Nah, Storm by plenty. I
So
reckon.
you're going 13 plus.
Yes, yes.
In the
Okay.
AFL, there's plenty to talk about. Friday night footy.
Oh,
in Perth.
before you go, AFL. Ah, there it is.
Oh, yes.
We had a side bet.
Let's remind ourselves of the
Count it up, Fletch.
best
Yeah, it's
bet of the
correct.
weekend last week.
Don't tell me
What was your best bet? Essendon.
Geelong.
And you followed me into
I did.
Swans at 245.
Geelong was my best bet.
Thank you.
And Essendon should have won.
Thank you very much.
The guy, mate, he climbed the post.
He was just helping a young kid from outside get something from up stuck on
yeah,
the
of course
chewy
he
stuff
was. doing?
on the post.
Gone.
What's he doing that
Lost
for?
his mind. Said he didn't know the rule.
Brain fade.
Yeah.
I didn't know the rule.
You didn't know that you couldn't climb on the goalpost
No, I thought you could.
as somebody
you
else
weren't
was
allowed to
doing
shake it, but I
well,
thought
if
you
you
could.
climb on it, you're going to shake it.
But can you use the post as a leverage?
No.
I don't know.
You can't
I
do
didn't
that.
even know that you couldn't lift another player up
No,
intentionally. So
can't
there
do
you
that.
go. Brain fade. We're both in the same boat. Collingwood keep on winning, albeit only just last week against Carlton. St Kilda keep on losing.
Well, Collingwood and Geelong have been the two standouts.
$1.20 both of them, by the way.
Unbelievable.
Geelong and Collingwood.
Well, I think both of them
Take the
just
double.
win.
All
I'm
up,
not sure
all
what
up
they
and-
win by, but
Good
both of
thought.
them very, very good.
Geelong play the Western Bulldogs, who were good last week, but it was in Ballarat against Brisbane. It was -5 degrees and rain coming in sideways. It'll be probably the same in Geelong, but Brisbane
Sounds good.
not the same as Geelong. The other game that's going to be interesting this week, of course, is the GWS Giants. Can they bounce back from their embarrassing defeat last week to Hawthorn, who take on another good side, Richmond?
Well, they were terrible last week, GWS. They killed me on my multi. They were the last one that I needed, and they're a quality team. But the Hawks were outstanding, the way they were able to come back, really against all odds. But the Tigers versus Hawks, I think it's going to be a little bit more even than the betting. $1.64, a lot of players still out for the Tigers. I think that's going to be a
We're taking the 1 to 39 hammer.
Sean Grigg announced his
Tigers?
retirement during the
so.
week. So whilst it's an MCG game, he will probably get some love from the crowd as well. Has been a stalwart for the Tigers and their premiership winning team as well. I think the Tigers can keep going. I think they've got some belief. Hawthorn are good, but Hawthorn are inconsistent. I like the Tigers in this one.
Yeah.
At a bit of odds as well.
Yep, 1 to 39.
Bit of odds.
Let's talk the A-League Grand Final. It's in Perth. Statistic for all concerned, in a non-neutral venue, like when Central Coast played at the football stadium. The home team has won all bar once. That was last year Melbourne Victory winning. So it points to a Perth win. Mark Ward v Sydney.
Yes,
FC.
but it is at Optus Stadium, Russ, which is not a real home ground
Good
advantage
point.
for Perth. So I think if there's going to be an upset, this could be the year. I think Sydney FC have got a good chance of winning.
6-1 last week. You can't.
And they
Melbourne
beat
victory.
them in the last round, didn't they?
They did.
Perth
did.
rested a few players.
Perth did rest a few players. Popovic, the coach v Corica, will be interesting.
Yeah.
Arnie will be watching on from somewhere, enjoying the banter between the two. But it promises to be a great game. I will say, because the extra time, there's no draw, go the whole lifting up the trophy bet. So that means if it goes to penalties, which
like
it has done a lot, you're still alive right to the death. And we've seen, I think the semi-final went to penalties last week.
Penalty shootout.
Yeah, so that's something to look forward to. And good luck to both teams.
Yep.
Big news in the NBA very quickly, what it is.
Well,
What's your
sources
source?
have just
Sources
told
have
us
told
that
us.
Ben Simmons is
Pete,
making
Unibet
himself
Pete.
available for the World
Oh,
Cup.
yes.
I tell ya.
For Boomers.
Wow, our chances just
win that.
improved.
Shane
Joe
Hills
Ingles.
announcing he's making
What?
a comeback.
Oh, hell. Hammer, are you got anything to do with the team, national team?
No,
or-
no.
You should be.
Hopefully I'm commentating.
No, we need to.
I think you should
What
be.
you did to Russ the other day,
not that
you
good.
need to be on
I
that
think you should
team.
be on the coaching staff.
Anyway,
Yeah.
let's talk NBA.
Should be in the
Yeah,
coaching staff.
unbelievable final series so far. Game 7. How's that shot from
That's
Kawhi
over,
Leonard?
mate. I want to know about the semi-finals.
All right, sorry, Russ. Golden State going to be too good, no doubt about that. Without
They're short.
Durant, a little bit too short for my liking, but they'll get
touching
through.
it.
Bit of potency too from Portland in their backcourt. They can put a lot of points on the board quick, but I think they'll be too good, and then they'll get Durant back for the grand final series.
Maybe
And,
game 3.
not with calves. I think
mine's
that's a
still
tease.
hurting from last week. So I'm out.
You haven't got any calves.
You
I've
do
got
a
beautiful
calf,
calves.
and you're always
Did you
going
get
to
that
give it
massage during the
longer.
week?
I've got more calves than abattoir. I'm going enormous with my calves.
We'll see them later.
And then in the other series, we've got Milwaukee. And I reckon the Greek Freak and his boys, who were outstanding in the last round, are going to be way too good for Toronto. Toronto were disappointing. Even though they won against Philly, I thought they would have won more convincingly. So
How
I'm
would
not
it go
sure they're
down? Sorry, Russ. How would it go down in America if Toronto actually won the whole thing?
Fantastic.
Yeah, I don't think it really
Doesn't
We're
matter.
like, we're
So
like
the
Tassie
Bucks,
winning the Shield.
Bucks Golden State Warriors
Have they ever done
double is around
Yes,
about
they
$1.70. So if you want to go to the website, get a piece
Well,
of
the
that
Warriors.
very
That's
quickly.
Australian.
2 Group 1
Yes.
races. The Goodwood, which is best of Group 3, bar 1 horse.
Morphettville, yeah. That's why I like Sprite there. The best horse in the race gets him well at the weights. It's favourite, but I reckon it'll win.
It's a very average race
Yeah.
outside of that
Can we
one.
talk about Osborne Bulls?
And the
No.
Doomben Cup.
Doomben Cup's very open.
Yep.
Chris Waller's got about 8 runners there. That is a really open race. Not sure about that. Youngstar is one of the early favourites, but maybe, I don't know, Lifeless Ordinary
I think
might be
there's a
hard
few
to
to
beat.
go around the favourite ones there. All of the odds are on the website. Unibet.com.au. Our footy fill-ups are there as well. And before we go, let's hear the latest from our European correspondent, Mark Schwarzer.
Hi guys, what a weekend it's been. Tell you what, I'm not at the new camp, I'm not at Anfield, I'm here in my own study, but this man's pretty special, isn't he? Pele, overhead scissor kick. Phenomenal player, don't need to say anything else, he's a legend. What a weekend it was in the Premier League, but to be fair, it pretty much panned out like I thought it would. Manchester City winning the title, just too good in the end, obviously by 1 point. But pretty comfortable. There was a hairy moment for about, 20 minutes and a little bit. Liverpool thought maybe they were going to win the title. Wasn't to be for all you Liverpool fans, unfortunately, even though they had an unbelievable season. Manchester City, just that little bit better. Looking forward around Europe, there's still a lot of football being played. We've got the playoffs happening as we speak here in this country. In Holland, the league's still not 100% decided, as in Germany. So still a lot of football to look forward to, and of course coming up in the summer we've got the Women's World Cup, which is going to be very exciting for the Matildas.
Rightio, let's have a look at what we think is a good thing for this week and maybe our Hail Marys. But before we get to that, a little review and pat on the back for yours truly. The Hail Mary, I'll take that, thank you very much.
Oh, you got it.
It'll be a bit of me action, hasn't been here all year, so it's about time.
400.
Overall, we made 300, so that means that we have not ever had a losing week, fellas, so continue the form going into
It's
this
stiff
week.
too, a couple.
What's the ladder? Who's
Last
leading?
week.
You're leading,
Oh, right.
albeit only just from Junior, Schwarzer, myself,
that then?
and
No,
the former
it's
Australian
part of the week.
representative,
Gets
Shane Hill. Hail Marys and Slam
Okay.
Dunks. What do you want to do first? Fletch.
Okay, I'll just do Hail Marys because
Yep.
I just opened the page up. Okay, now bear with me here. I've gone the
Concentrate,
I've gone
concentrate.
Broncos with the 8.5 start.
Geez, that's brave.
Well, I mean, they've got the 3 games they've won. Is
You
up
like
there.
that.
Cowboys, I've got 1 to 12 against. They're not against the Eels, by the way. Oh, yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, Raiders 3.5 with the start against the Rabbits. Panthers, they're going to turn it around. They were in exactly the same position last year and they went on a bit of a run. Guess who they played? Got them on the run.
Warriors.
Exactly.
If they lose, they're out of contention. That's around
I think
$30.
they're out of contention. I think they're out of
Good
contention anyway.
luck.
That will be a miracle if you get that.
Junior.
But good luck.
$30. it's
Right,
paying.
I'm going to keep it simple, right? I'm flick the NRL this week. I'm going for the golf, the USPGA this week in America. I'm going Ricky Fowler to finish in the top 5. Very consistent player. If you look at his major record, 37 majors, he's finished in the top 10 times, the top 5 8 times. So he's always around the money. So Ricky Fowler, top 5.
Protest, it's got to be double figures.
No, it doesn't.
Hail Mary.
It's
the-
$5.50. We'll get
Back in there.
$7.
Back in your box, little man. Back in your bubble. Hammer.
It's got to be double figures.
All right,
I haven't had one about $2.50 the other week.
cut it out.
Oh, man.
I'm going Storm -6.5. Get on that against the
Nice,
Tigers.
Hammer.
They'll be too good. Dragons to bounce back because they were disappointing last week. And then in the AFL, Brisbane to win 1-39 against Adelaide. If they'll sneak home there. And GWS to win 16+ against Carlton. They need to. 750. Once we get that boosted,
Is that all right,
I think that's
750?
all right.
Okay.
Well, it's better than
Right,
your
Fletch?
$5.50.
Mine is far, far simpler than all 3 of them. I'm just loving the West Australian teams this weekend. I think the West Coast can win. I think Fremantle can bounce back. And I'm going Perth Glory to hold the trophy. Not to win at normal time, to hold the trophy.
If they win at normal time, they hold the trophy anyway.
Well, if it's a draw is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
draw no
Right.
draws
Yeah, why do you
out
have
of
to
that.
go so
You
funky?
hate Essendon.
$9. So to a whole Western Australia. I'm Western
Hold the
Australian
trophy.
for this weekend.
Weird.
It's around $9.
luck.
We'll get Schwartz's in a second. Slam Dunks. A little bit speedier this time, please, boys.
Speedier.
Me, you want me to go, Speedy?
Yeah.
Sharks, I'm going for all the home teams. Sharks to beat Seagulls. Storm, they'll pump the Tigers. Titans to beat your mob. And Port Adelaide to beat the Gold Coast. About
Okay.
$4.
I'll go Speedy. I'm going racing. The Goodwood Sprite to win the Goodwood.
What
Good
price?
It's $3.50, so we might get about $5.
I think that's a very good
Yeah.
price.
Come from last down the outside, we'll win.
Well, I'm going for the Mighty Cats. They'll win. Essendon to bounce back against Freo. West Coast will be too good for Melbourne. And Collingwood to beat St Kilda. So not big odds, but we're trying just to accumulate this week.
And mine also simple again. I said at the start of the show, this 16+ is a great little bet that's on
I like
the website, unibet.com. West Coast, Collingwood, Geelong, GWS. All 4, all 16+. There's a queue somewhere. All you've got to do is get in it and
Just
collect
between
your
us,
money.
us four, will this be on the communication portal? Like,
Will be.
Yeah, it will be on the
right.
communication portal as well. In fact, I think all the favourites are
way
going
to
to win in the AFL, so you can have that one and take it to the bank as well. Let's hear what Mark Schwartz has got to say about this weekend.
So for this week, my slam dunks are Manchester City's going to win the FA Cup against Watford, and in Germany, Bayern Munich are going to beat Eintracht Frankfurt and retain the German title. So I think that'll be pretty straightforward. And my Hail Mary is going to be all the way from Spain. Real Madrid are going to get beaten at home against Real Betis.
That just about wraps up our little show. Hope you enjoyed it. Time to just get the boys' forecast for the weekend. Fletch, you've gone from a bubble to a helicopter, I
I'm
understand.
going to the Hunter Valley for a wine tasting.
Watch
with
out
some
for
of
Hunter
my
Valley.
friends who will be, yes, it's going to be great.
Going to be
And I'm going to Rosehill Garden on Saturday. We've got 4 runners, our stable, so we
Leave
might
us
get a
with
winner
one.
or 2.
Yeah.
2 good horses resuming, Oxford Tycoon and News Fam. One of those 2 might get the
back the
chocolate.
Oxford.
Okay. And the Hammer, you're just going to watch NBA all weekend.
Well, NBA and the Cats, Mighty Cats, I'm pretty happy with the way they're going, but also Milwaukee.
Oakley Dokley.
What are you
What are you
Russ,
doing,
what are you
Russ?
doing?
Yeah.
Well, I've got to coach the under-12s Willoughby Wildcats from a disappointing loss last week. We can turn that around.
Who give it to you?
You're not playing basketball in the veterans or something?
Please give me a spell. I'm
Hammer?
retired after scored 9 points against a former Australian player last week. Don't forget to get involved in our promotion where you can come to a pub with these Jim Bobs and have a great afternoon watching sport and having a bit of a
Big
punt.
day.
All you've got to do
Big
is
day.
watch this, which you've already done. Click the promotion opt-in button at Odds TV and then place a bet on any of our tips, and you and a mate could be with us.
Yeah, it's a
coming
lock-in.
up.
It's an
Yeah,
old-fashioned
good.
lock-in.
It's the lock-in.
Not in a bubble, though. We're not in a
Like a
bubble.
We
bubble.
can be. I can
but
get you into
can
whatever
leave.
you want.
No, thanks. No.
The footy fill-ups this weekend, the Broncos, $3 v the Roosters.
Nah.
Wow, that's
Nah.
enticing. Hawthorn
Yeah, don't mind that.
$2.50 against Richmond, and you can check the website. Both footy fill-ups won last weekend, just as a matter of interest. See you next week for more of Odds TV at unibet.com.au.